Customer service was our dream. From this humble beginning, Vallarta has grown to serve many more communities in Southern California and beyond. Vallarta Supermarkets, 40 years at your side.
The Ford F-150, a workhorse with the power to take on anything. From California's best-selling truck brand. Now you can lease the Ford F-150 STX for only $359 a month. Just $359. Hurry in today.
Good morning. I'm Frank Buckley. President Trump talking trade with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom this morning on the latest on the historic state visit.
Good morning. I'm Erin Myers in Hollywood. Jimmy Kimmel Live suspended indefinitely after the host made comments about the suspect accused of killing conservative activist Charlie Kirk. I'll tell you what people are saying coming up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Carlos Herrera. The remnants of a tropical storm bringing rain and thunderstorms across Southern California. We're live this morning in Malibu, where authorities are closely watching the recent burn areas and the possibility of flooding. That's next.
Good morning. I'm Jessica Holmes. Here's a question. Are you bathing in deodorant? Why some say we've become obsessed with smelling fresh, which I don't know is such a bad thing, but
Agreed.
We'll discuss.
I mean, come on now. Hey there, everybody. Good morning. I'm Melvin Robert, the Rewatch podcast of NBC fan favorite This Is Us, bringing a live taping to Los Angeles. Plus, we got the details for you on that, plus the code word that you need to win tickets to see the Red Rocker live in Vegas. Then director Rennie Harlan is here with his new scary movie, The Strangers, Chapter 2. All that and more coming up.
Oh, it's happening in the weather forecast. If you are living in Calabasas, boy, you got hit pretty hard with some of that lightning and thunder. Right now, though, it seems to be more so in around the Lake Havasu area, Coachella Valley getting a lot of lightning, and up and through the mountains of Big Bear, we're getting some lightning. On and off, this is going to be the trend in some areas, and it just seems like that circle around Los Angeles, the rain hasn't been hitting. And it could be, though, a little bit later on this afternoon. It's very hard to predict because this isn't just like one cold front moving through or the Pineapple Express coming in. This is just a system that is picking up energy from what was the remains of Tropical Storm Mario. Coastal areas, 77, downtown, 83 degrees. We might possibly see some rain delays for the Dodgers game tonight, which first pitch is at 7:10. We'll see how that shapes up. San Fernando Valley up to 86 degrees, 84 in the high desert. Inland Empire, 87 degrees. Some gusts every now and then in the IE, up to 25 miles an hour. Orange County Inland, 83 miles an hour. Ginger with the latest in traffic.
I mean, whether there's a rain delay or not getting to the stadium, I mean, if you get some rain, it will be very difficult, right? I mean, sometimes it's challenging anyway. Then you throw rain into the mix and a Thursday afternoon commute. Leave early, take public transportation if you can. All right, let's move you over to look at this 91, the westbound side right here at about Madison Street. So the type involving at least two cars. Look how they're sitting in those lanes. So the westbound side will touch and go, but east has totally filled in, and that is kind of the norm for our friends who are moving through areas of downtown Riverside. 60 westbound side of Paramount Boulevard. Good morning, Montebello, home of the Montebello Oilers. This is a great look at the stall that's still sitting in the middle lanes. The thing is, they may be stopping those lanes at least for a little bit to try to clear everything and get it out of your way. For the 10 freeway, I mean, it's slow, maybe slightly better. You kind of have to know the turn by turns, even to get into Paramount Boulevard or being on Paramount Boulevard for the little stretch that is only one way. I mean, it's not going to help for much because you see it breaks free once you move farther west of Paramount Boulevard. We're going to keep track of all these things. They're going to jam up your drive. I'll send it back to you, too.
More now on the wet conditions you may be waking up to right now this morning. On and off rain, even thunderstorms rolling across parts of Southern California. There are concerns we could see some flash flooding. KTLA's Carlos Herrera live in Malibu with more on that part of our coverage. Carlos, good morning.
Hi, Frank. Good morning. You see it here pretty quiet right now after on and off rain and those strong winds in this area throughout the morning here this morning. You heard it, Mark Kriske earlier. This will be the name of the game for most of the day across Southern California. We're outside of LA County Fire Station 88 here in Malibu, where crews tell me their biggest concern are those recent burn areas, which they say could trigger flash flooding. Southern California waking up to remnants of Tropical Storm Mario, from dry lightning and thunder to strong winds and rare isolated heavy rain. This is video recorded just after midnight in Calabasas. The conditions impacting all of Southern California, stretching from San Luis Obispo all the way down to LA County, over to the Inland Empire, and even down to some pockets in Orange County. It could dump up to 2 inches of rain in some areas. This here video from downtown LA, where the overnight rain was heavy enough to overwhelm drains in some low-lying spots. The National Weather Service has a flood watch is in effect for many parts of our region, with the recent burnt car areas in Altadena and Pacific Palisades being the biggest concerns. Though this isn't a major storm per se, and downpours only last a few minutes, officials say any rain is too much for communities where the charred landscapes were left barren of vegetation and unable to absorb rainwater. LA County Fire Department crews saying they're on standby.
And we do have a special set of equipment that we can place on the fire engines and surrounding rigs, which we do, such as with water equipment. We do have a drainage that runs through Malibu into the Malibu Lagoon, and we've had incidents there before in the past. So being one step ahead, being prepared the best we can is the best we can do. If you've been affected by the fires before in the past, you're even on a higher level of alert. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact the fire station. We'll come out and take a look and give you some guidance.
They're urging residents to be prepared, especially those who live in locations downhill and downstream, by staying away from flood channels or waterways which are vulnerable to floods, avoiding flooded areas, of course. Those who have to evacuate, they say, should only return to their home after authorities say it's safe to do so. And yes, there are multiple sand and sandbag location sites or distribution sites here in LA County. You can head to the website you see on your screen there, lacounty.pw/sandbags, for a list of those locations. One of those is here at the LA County Fire Station 88, available all day. Of course, they're first come, first served basis. This morning, Frank and Jessica, no reports of major damage or flash flooding in this area, at least. Of course, we know that crews will monitor the situation throughout the morning. We'll send it back to you.
Okay, Carlos, we thank you for that. The Federal Communications Commission is threatening action against ABC for comments made by late-night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel. Those comments involve the accused shooter charged in the killing of conservative political activist Charlie Kirk. Kimmel's show has been suspended indefinitely. KTLA's Aaron Myers live now in Hollywood with the latest. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning, Jess. As you said, this suspension stems from comments Jimmy Kimmel made about the shooter accused of killing conservative commentator, conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. Now, this happened on Kimmel's show on Monday night, and here's what he said.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from.
Jimmy Kimmel was seen leaving his Hollywood theater yesterday. Now, this comes after the FCC said the agency would consider taking action against the network, and after KTLA's parent company, Nexstar Media Group, also announced it would be pulling Kimmel from its ABC affiliates. FCC Chairman Brendan Carr, a Trump appointee, spoke on The Benny Show yesterday, saying broadcasters are running the possibility of fines or license revocation, also saying this about Disney, which owns ABC.
I think it's, clear, it appears to be clear that you could make a strong argument that this is sort of an intentional effort to mislead the American people about a very core fundamental fact, a very important matter. At the end of the day, if we do get called upon to cast a vote on this, Disney will have a chance to put in their arguments and explain it. But this is a very, very serious issue right now for Disney.
Jimmy Kimmel did nothing but point out some of the hypocrisy of these fascists. And for this, he is being canceled and he is being threatened.
After the announcement, Kimmel supporters gathered in Hollywood outside his studio to protest the decision. Reaction has been coming in from both sides of the political aisle. President Trump has been critical of Kimmel and other late-night hosts in the past. After Stephen Colbert's show was canceled a couple of months ago, Kimmel joked on his show that the president would go after him next.
He posted, the word is, and it's a strong word at that, Jimmy Kimmel is next to go in the untalented late-night sweepstakes.
President Trump posted on Truth Social saying, "Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what had to be done." He also encouraged NBC to remove their late night host too. And former President Barack Obama posted on X. A portion reads, "After years of complaining about cancel culture, the current administration has taken it to a new and dangerous level by routinely threatening regulatory action against media companies unless they muzzle or fire reporters and commentators it doesn't like." Brian Steinberg with Variety talked about how rare this situation is.
It is unheard of for a company to pull a late night host, especially one of Jimmy Kimmel's long standing with ABC, off the air in this situation. It just goes to show you how difficult the landscape has become for traditional media companies during Trump's second term.
Jimmy Kimmel has yet to comment on the suspension, and we have reached out